John Carter, subtitled John Carter of Mars on Screen, is a 2012 American science fiction action-adventure film. To explain the movie, one must first understand its source material. The film is based on A Princess of Mars, 1912, by Edgar Rice Burroughs, the same author who created Tarzan. This novel was the first in the Barsoom series. Barsoom is what Martians call Mars. For 100 years, these books influenced nearly every major sci-fi creator, from George Lucas' Star Wars, to James Cameron Avatar, to Ridley Scott The Martian. The core premise: the film follows John Carter, a Confederate captain who has become disillusioned with war and humanity. While prospecting for gold in Arizona after the Civil War, he is mysteriously transported to Mars, Barsoom. On Mars, due to its lower gravity and his Earth-born bone density, he becomes a superhuman, capable of leaping hundreds of feet and possessing immense strength. He gets caught in a civil war between the humanoid, red Martians of the cities of Helium and Zodanga, befriends the four-armed, green-skinned Tharks, and falls in love with Princess Dejah Thoris. Detailed plot synopsis, with context. The framing device, 1881. New York. The film opens with Edgar Rice Burroughs, the real-life author, portrayed as a fictional nephew, attending the funeral of his uncle, John Carter. Carter has died under mysterious circumstances, leaving instructions that his body be placed in a tomb that can only be unlocked from the inside. Carter's lawyer gives Edgar a journal, telling him it explains everything. Act 1. The Civilian and the Cave, 1868, Arizona. We flash back to 1868. John Carter, Taylor Kitsch, is a hunted Confederate veteran who wants nothing to do with the Union Army. A Union colonel named Powell, Bryan Cranston, tries to recruit him to fight Apaches. Carter escapes, and during a chase, he and the wounded Powell hide in a cave filled with gold. Here, they encounter a mysterious, pale-skinned humanoid, a Thern. The Thern attacks with a knife, but Carter kills him. As the Thern dies, he activates a strange blue medallion. The medallion creates a vortex, pulling Carter's consciousness and body across space to the surface of a dying, red planet. Explanation note: this is the first major deviation from the book. In Burroughs' text, Carter simply wills himself to Mars by staring at the planet. The film adds the Thern and the medallion as a plot device to create a larger mythology. Act 2. Barsoom and the Tharks. Carter wakes up on Mars, Barsoom. He immediately realizes he can jump absurdly high, the film's signature visual effect. He is captured by the Green Martians, Tharks, 12-foot tall, four-armed, tusked warriors led by Tarkas, Willem Dafoe via motion capture. The Tharks are nomadic and brutal. They are fascinated by Carter's fighting ability. Meanwhile, we are introduced to the Red Martians, human passing but with red-tinted skin. The city-state of Helium, led by Tardos Moores, Kieran Hines, and his daughter Princess Dejah Thoris, Lynn Collins, has been at war with the rival city of Zodanga for 1,000 years. The Jedak King of Zodanga, Stanton Dominic West, has acquired an unstoppable weapon, a ray gun that disintegrates matter, from the Thern leader, Matai Shang Mark Strong. To end the war, Stanton proposes a peace treaty. He will stop the war if Dejah Thoris marries him. Dejah refuses and escapes on a flyer, crashing near where Carter is being held by the Tharks. Act 3. The Alliance and the Ninth Ray. Carter rescues Dejah Thoris from a Thark attack. Initially, they distrust each other. Dejah sees Carter as a barbarian. Carter sees her as a spoiled princess. But as they travel across the dead sea bottoms of Barsoom with a friendly Thark outcast, Sola, Samantha Morton, they fall in love. Dejah explains that Barsoom is dying because its atmosphere plant is failing. She is a scientist searching for the Ninth Ray, a mythical energy source that powers the Therns medallions and Stanton's weapon. They find a hidden Thern temple in the River of Iz. Here, Matai Shang captures them. He reveals the Therns' master plan. They are an ancient, godlike race that manipulates lesser civilizations across the universe, causing wars and destruction, then swooping in to harvest the planet's resources. Shang wants Stanton to rule Barsoom so the Therns can drain it dry. Carter escapes, returns to the Tharks, and challenges the brutal Talhages, Thomas Hayden Church, to a fight to the death in a gladiatorial arena against two great White Apes. Carter wins, becomes Jedak of the Tharks, and leads the Green Army against Zodanga. Act 4. The battle for helium. The Tharks commandeer Zodangan airships and fly to helium, which is under siege. In a massive CGI battle, airships, swords, and ray guns, Carter defeats Sabthan's army. Dija kills Sabthan with her own sword. Matai Shang escapes, vowing revenge. Carter marries Dija Thoris, becoming Prince of Helium. On their wedding night, he throws away his medallion, committing to stay on Mars forever. But Shang suddenly reappears, activates a hidden medallion, and sends Carter back to Earth against his will. Act 5. The Epilogue, 1881. Back on Earth, Carter spends years searching for a way to return to Mars. He finds a medallion, but it doesn't work. He realizes the only way to get a working medallion is to lure a Thern to Earth. He fakes his own death, builds the tomb that opens from the inside, and leaves his journal for his nephew, Edgar in the present day, 1881. After Edgar reads the journal, he runs to the tomb and opens it. A Thern appears to kill Edgar, but Carter, alive and waiting, shoots the Thern. Carter takes the Thern's medallion and activates it, returning to Barsoom to be with Dija. The film ends with Carter standing on Mars, smiling, as the title card reads, John Carter of Mars. Part 2. The Review, a critical autopsy. The thesis. A great film trapped inside a terrible marketing campaign and a confused identity. John Carter is not a bad movie. This is the most controversial statement one can make about it, but it is true. It is a deeply flawed movie, but not a bad one. It suffers from what critics call first adaptation syndrome. The desperate need to explain everything that later franchises, like Star Wars, simply showed and let the audience intuit. Rating: 6.5/10, flawed but fascinating. The good, what John Carter gets right. 1. The visual world building, the cinematography. Andrew Stanton, coming from Pixar, understood visual storytelling. Cinematographer Dan Mindel, Star Trek, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, shot the film on 35mm anamorphic film, not digital. The result is a texture and grit that most modern blockbusters lack. The deserts of Utah, filmed at Lake Powell and Canyonlands, stand in for Mars beautifully. The city of Helium, a massive, crumbling, bronze and glass metropolis, feels ancient and lived in. The Tharks motion capture work, by Weta Digital, holds up remarkably well. Tarkas is a genuine achievement in CGI character design. His tusks move when he talks. His 4 arms have distinct body language. 2. The action choreography. Because Carter jumps like a Superman, the fight scenes have a unique physics. One sequence where Carter single-handedly attacks a squadron of Zodangan soldiers on a runway, leaping 50 feet, punching through metal, using momentum as a weapon, is genuinely thrilling. Stanton directs action with clarity. You can always tell who is hitting whom, and where everyone is in space, which is a lost art in modern blockbusters. 3. Michael Giacchino's score. The score is bombastic, romantic, and old-fashioned in the best way. Giacchino uses a full orchestra with a heavy brass section reminiscent of John Williams' Star Wars, but with a dissonant, alien choir for the Therns. The love theme, John Carter of Mars, is hauntingly beautiful. Listening to the score in isolation, you can see the movie that should have been. 4. Lynn Collins as Dija Thoris, the film's best performance. Disney wanted a princess. Collins gave them a warrior scientist. She is ruthless, intelligent, and physically commanding. Her Dija is not a damsel in distress. She saves Carter as often as he saves her. The scene where she cuts down Sab, then is brutal and satisfying. She deserved a franchise. The bad, the fatal flaws. 1. The pacing and the Pixar problem. Andrew Stanton had never directed live action before. He admitted he reshot much of the movie twice, treating it like an animated film where you can endlessly tweak. The result is a film with a 132-minute runtime that feels like 160 minutes. The first 45 minutes on Earth, the Arizona prologue drags. The middle section with the Tharks, while good, repeats itself, capture, escape, return, capture. A good editor could have cut 20 minutes and improved the film by a letter grade. 2. The incomprehensible mythology, the villain problem. Mark Strong is a great actor, but Matai Shang is a confusing villain. The Therns are shapeshifters, gods, aliens, vampires. The film explains them in 2 rushed exposition dumps. The 9th ray is never properly visualized as a distinct force. General audiences left the theater saying, "So, who were the white guys again?" Compare this to Star Wars. We didn't need to know the politics of the Force in 1977. We just saw the magic. John Carter explains too much, but shows too little. 3. Taylor Kitsch's limp performance. This is the hardest truth to write, because Kitsch is physically perfect for the role. He looks like a Frank Frazetta painting. But he is miscast as a leading man. He has two expressions, brooding and confused. He fails to convey the wit and cunning of Burroughs' character. When he delivers lines like, "I'm not a hero," you believe him, but not in the way the script intends. Compared to Lynn Collins, who is acting in IMAX, Kitsch is acting in a coffee commercial. 4. The title and marketing, The Real Killer. The title John Carter tells you nothing. A Princess of Mars is evocative. John Carter of Mars is a brand. Disney panicked after Mars Needs Moms bombed. Yes, that real movie. They thought Mars was poison, so they cut the word. Now imagine Star Wars retitled to Luke Skywalker. Imagine Indiana Jones retitled to Henry Jones Jr. It is marketing suicide. The trailers were equally terrible. A somber, slow montage set to a cover of Led Zeppelin's Kashmir that appealed to 50-year-old dads, not teenagers. The Legacy Review, why it failed. John Carter failed because it was a 1970s style space fantasy released in the post-Avengers era. It was too weird for general audiences, green, four-armed aliens, flying ships with flapping sails, but not weird enough for cult fans. It sanded off the pulpy, sexist edges of Burroughs' work. It was a $250 million art film, disguised as a blockbuster. Part 3. Facts and Production Deep Dive, The Ultimate Fact Sheet, Section A, Pre-Production and Development Hell, The 80-Year Journey. The original attempt, 1931, animator Bob Clampett, Looney Tunes, approached Edgar Rice Burroughs himself about making A Princess of Mars the first American feature-length animated film. Burroughs loved the idea. Clampett produced test footage of four-armed Tharks riding eight-legged, the Watts using rotoscoping. MGM rejected it, saying the concept of an Earthman on Mars was too outlandish for Midwestern audiences. If greenlit, it would have predated Snow White, 1937. The Harryhausen pitch, 1950s. 60s stop-motion legend Ray Harryhausen, Jason and the Argonauts, desperately wanted to make a John Carter film. He considered it his dream project. But studio heads didn't think audiences would accept a hero named John, too plain. Fighting on Mars, too scary. The McTiernan/Cruise version, 1980s die-hard director John McTiernan and Top Gun star Tom Cruise were attached at Disney via producer Mario Kassar. McTiernan walked away, famously saying, "Visual effects aren't ready. We can't build Barsoom." He was right. It would take another 20 years for Avatar to prove the tech existed. The Paramount bidding war. Early 2000s after The Mummy, producer James Jacks wanted John Carter. He got into a bidding war with Columbia Pictures. Paramount won. Robert Rodriguez, Sin City, signed on to direct, with Frank Frazetta, the iconic fantasy painter, attached as designer. Rodriguez quit. Due to Directors Guild conflicts, he wanted to credit Frank Miller on Sin City. Jon Favreau then signed on, but Paramount let the rights lapse in 2006 to focus on Star Trek. Favreau went on to direct Iron Man instead. Section B. The Stanton Regime, the Pixar Invasion. Andrew Stanton's obsession. Stanton, director of Finding Nemo, WALL-E, had read the Barsoom books as a child in Massachusetts. He spent years lobbying Disney to reacquire the rights from the Burroughs estate. He reportedly walked into then Disney CEO Bob Iger's office and said, "I want to do Star Wars, but we don't own Star Wars. We own this. Let me do this." The Michael Chabon Polish, the Pulitzer Prize-winning author of The Amazing Adventures of Cavalier, and Clay was hired to rewrite the script. Chabon's contribution was the Therns mythology, the medallions, the ninth ray, the planet-hopping manipulators. Chabon later admitted in interviews that he overcomplicated the plot, trying to make a 1912 pulp novel feel like a modern conspiracy thriller. The no-name casting. Stanton famously refused to cast A-list stars. He wanted unknowns, Kitsch, and respected character actors, Dafoe, Strong, West. He passed on Tom Cruise, who was still interested, because he wanted a Confederate soldier, not a movie star. In hindsight, Many analysts say that having a Cruise or a Brad Pitt would have saved the film's opening weekend. Section C. Production facts. The $263.7 million machine. The real budget. Disney publicly claimed the budget was $250 million. Leaked tax returns from the UK, where the film at Longcross Studios revealed that cost. Operator 250 million. Leaked tax returns from the UK, where the film at Longcross Studios revealed that cost. Operator 263.7 million after tax credits with marketing 100 plus million. Tito Talcast approached 100 plus million. Tito Talcast approached 400 million. Adjusted for inflation, it is one of the most expensive films ever made, ranking alongside Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides and Avengers Endgame. The still walking actors, Willem Dafoe and Samantha Morton, Tharks and Sola, wore heavy motion capture suits and walked on 24-inch metal stilts to simulate the height of the 12-foot Tharks. They also had to perform with arm extensions, puppeteered later by VFX artists. Dafoe later joked that the stilts ruined his knees for 6 months. The Utah Desert. 70% of the Martian surface was filmed in Utah's Canyonlands, specifically the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument in Lake Powell. The crew built a full-scale 110-foot Zodangan airship on a gimbal in the middle of the desert. Sandstorms were so frequent that the crew had to rebuild the set 3 times. The White Apes were real suits. In the gladiator scene, the 2 enormous great White Apes were not CGI. They were puppets operated by 12 crew members each, wearing green screen suits, later replaced by digital apes. The actors had to fight empty air, and the puppeteers added the weight in post. The dead pixel. During the final battle, there is a famous continuity error, a dead pixel, or a crew member visible in a window of an airship. When fans pointed it out, Stanton admitted they knew about it but ran out of money to fix it. The VFX budget was exhausted. Section D. The catastrophic reshoots. The Portland preview. In July 2011, 8 months before release, Disney screened a rough cut in Portland, Oregon. Audience scores were 75%, very good/excellent. But studio executives panicked because women under 25 rated it poorly. They hated the Tharks and the violence. Stanton ordered 18 new scenes to soften the film for women, including the entire prologue with Deja's father. The Brain Trust disaster. Stanton treated live action like animation. At Pixar, the Brain Trust, John Lasseter, Brad Bird, watches a cut and suggests major changes. You can do that in animation because you just redraw. In live action, reshoots cost millions. Stanton did 2 major rounds of reshoots, totaling 8 weeks, inflating the budget by $50 million. The Led Zeppelin fight, the teaser trailer used a cover of Kashmir. Stanton personally chose the cover artist. Disney's marketing team wanted a modern pop song, think Imagine Dragons. Stanton refused. The resulting trailer was slow, majestic, and completely failed to convey action movie. Section E. The box office wreckage, the numbers. The opening weekend lie. John Carter opened at number 2, 30.1 million, behind operator The Lorax operator, 30.1 million, behind operator The Lorax operator, 38.8 million. Disney claimed victory because it was the biggest March opening for a non-sequel, but tracking had predicted $50 million. It missed by 40%. The Russian anomaly. The film broke records in Russia and the CIS, $16.5 million weekend, the biggest opening of all time at that point. Russians loved the Soviet-era aesthetics of helium and the brutalist architecture. To this day, John Carter has a cult following in Moscow. The final loss. Disney officially took a $200 million write-down operator on the film in May 2012 that, however, accounting firm KPM Glatter estimated the true loss, including marketing, distribution, and cancellation qualcus. At operator 200 million write-down operator on the film in May 2012, however, accounting firm KPM Glatter estimated the true loss, including marketing, distribution, and cancellation qualcus. At operator 284 million. Adjusted for inflation, $2,024. That is a $350 million loss, making it the largest single film loss in Hollywood history, surpassing The 13th Warrior and Heaven's Gate. The China Mirage. The film made $41.5 million in China, huge for 2012. Disney hoped China would save it, but Chinese regulators allowed the film to be pulled after only 14 days, short for a blockbuster, to make room for a local film. Disney executives wept at the news. Section F. The aftermath and cultural impact. The cancelled sequels. Stanton had completed scripts for The Gods of Mars and The Warlord of Mars. The sequels would have introduced John Carter's son, Cartharus, and the goddess Isis. Disney canceled both on March 20th, 2012, 11 days after release. Concept art for the sequels, showing Carter riding a giant Martian lion, leaks online annually. The careers it destroyed. Taylor Kitsch became box office poison. He starred in Battleship, also 2012, also bombed, and Savages underperformed. He retreated to television, True Detective Season 2, Waco, and only recently recovered. Andrew Stanton returned to Pixar with his tail between his legs. He directed Finding Dory, 2016, a massive hit, but has not been allowed to direct live action since. Rich Ross, Disney chairman, resigned 45 days after the film's release. His failure to market John Carter is taught in business schools as the Ross error. The worst marketing ranking. In 2019, The Hollywood Reporter polled 100 studio marketing executives to rank the worst campaigns in history. John Carter won number 1, beating Geely and Ishtar. Specific complaints: no hook. Generic poster. Trailer revealed nothing. Title change from Princess of Mars was cowardly. The Resurrection. Cult status starting in 2015, John Carter began finding an audience on Netflix and Blu-ray. Fans created the Barsoom revival, noting that the film ages better than The Lone Ranger or Cowboys and Aliens. In 2023, a 4K fan edit, cutting 25 minutes of exposition, went viral on Reddit. Many critics now argue it is a misunderstood masterpiece. The Steve Jobs dedication. As with Pixar's Brave same year, John Carter is dedicated to Steve Jobs. Jobs was the majority shareholder of Pixar before Disney bought it. Stanton said, "Steve would have loved the audacity of this failure." The Burroughs estate reaction. The Edgar Rice Burroughs estate made $30 million from the film rights. They were thrilled with the money but privately hate the film. In 2018, they sold the TV rights to a different studio for a potential series, which is also stalled. They blame Disney for neutering the pulp. Section G. Technical and Easter egg facts. The language. The Tharks speak a language called Tharkian, developed by linguist Paul Frommer, who also created Gnostics for Avatar. Every Thark line is subtitled. Stanton insisted on this, refusing to have them speak English. The Disney referee. When John Carter first jumps high on Mars, he lands and says, "That's new." This is a direct reference to Disney's The Rocketeer, 1991, where the hero first flies and says the same line. Stanton admitted it was a tribute to a forgotten Disney flop he loved. The Star Wars connection. The scene where Carter watches the hologram of Djath Thoris is a direct shot-for-shot homage to Princess Leia's hologram message in Star Wars, 1977. Stanton was signaling, "This is where Lucas stole it from." The missing Mars. The phrase John Carter of Mars is only spoken once in the entire film, by Solo at the very end. The title card at the end reads, John Carter of Mars. Stanton fought Disney to keep Mars, in that one card as a compromise. The rope dart, Carter's primary weapon, a rope with a weight on the end, is taken directly from the book. It is a Martian war dart. Burroughs based it on the Argentine bolus. The prop department made 50 versions, ranging from foam to solid steel. The Woola effect. The Martian dog, a blob-like creature with 10 legs named Woola, is entirely CGI, but the animators based its behavior on a golden retriever. The scene where Woola licks Carter's face is motion capture of a dog licking a trainer's GoPro camera. The budget breakdown. Of the $263.7 million, $65 million went to Weta Digital, New Zealand, for the Tharks. $40 million went to Double Negative, London, for the airships. $15 million went to physical sets, the city of Zodanga. $30 million went to cast salaries, Kitsch. $30 million went to cast salaries, Kitsch. Vermillion, Dafoe, $7 million. The rest went to location shooting, reshoots, and Stanton's salary, $10 million. Section H, the what if? Alternate history. What if it had succeeded? Disney had already booked release dates for Gods of Mars, 2015, and Warlord of Mars, 2017. The plan was to create a Barsum cinematic universe, spinning off Tharks and a young Cantos Ken James Purefoy. It would have competed directly with the MCU. The Avatar comparison, James Cameron has admitted that Avatar, 2009, was directly inspired by John Carter. The Blue Gnostics are essentially Tharks with 2 arms instead of 4, and Pandora's floating mountains are Barsum's Dead Sea bottoms. Cameron offered to consult on John Carter for free. Stanton declined, wanting to do it his way. The 100-year anniversary, Disney deliberately released the film on March 9, 2012. The character of John Carter first appeared in the All Story magazine in February 1912. The February issue was released in January, but the cover date was February. Thus, March 9th was approximately the 100-year anniversary of the character's existence. Section 1. Quotes from the cast and crew, the oral history. Andrew Stanton, director asterisk, I didn't make a movie for 13-year-old boys. I made a movie for the 13-year-old boy I used to be. I forgot that I'm 47. Asterisk, interview with the New Yorker, 2012. Taylor Kitsch, John Carter, the title change killed us. I begged them. I said, at least call it John Carter of Mars. They said, no, Mars tests badly. I said, what? It's Mars. Interview with GQ, 2015. Lynn Collins, Dja Thoris. I read the script for Gods of Mars. It was better than this film. Dja becomes a warrior queen. We lost a masterpiece. Comic-Con panel, 2018. Willem Dafoe, Tarkas walking on those stilts. I remember looking at Andrew during a sandstorm in Utah and thinking, this is either going to be the greatest movie ever made or the end of everyone's career. It was the end. Interview with The Guardian, 2017. Michael Chabon, screenwriter, the era was trying to honor the source material while also apologizing for it. We kept saying, it's not just a pulp novel, but it is. And that's okay. We forgot that okay is good enough. Essay in the New York Review of Books, 2020. Part 4. The Final Verdict. A movie review is epitaph. Is John Carter worth watching in 2024? Yes, absolutely. But with caveats. If you go into John Carter expecting a coherent, tightly plotted Marvel movie, you will hate it. If you go into it expecting a beautiful, broken, ambitious relic, a steampunk fever dream from the director of WALL-E, you will find something to love. The film works best as a double feature with The Lone Ranger, 2013, another Disney flop that is secretly great, Valerian, and The City of a Thousand Planets, 2017. Another beautiful, incomprehensible space opera, Dune 2021. Watch Dune to see what John Carter could have been if it had been made by a director who understood pacing. The final grade, B. It is not a failure of artistry. It is a failure of editing, marketing, and ego. Andrew Stanton tried to make a $300 million art film. Disney tried to sell it as Transformers on Mars. The audience stayed home. But in the quiet corners of the internet, in the Blu-ray bins at Walmart, in the hearts of those who read the books as children, John Carter lives on. Woola still runs. Tarkas still stands. And Dja Thoris still waits for her prince. John Carter of Mars is a ghost. A beautiful, expensive, four-armed ghost. And ghosts, as the Therns learned, never truly die. What happens? Edgar Rice Burroughs, played by an actor who looks nothing like the real Burroughs, arrives at his uncle's funeral. The tomb is designed with a locking mechanism only on the inside. Analysis. This is Stanton's mystery box. Unlike J.J. Abrams, Stanton actually opens the box. The funeral scene is tonally strange, it's somber, but the camera lingers on the absurdity of the tomb lock. Stanton admitted he wanted the audience to think, is this a vampire movie? For exactly 90 seconds. Fact, the tomb was a full-scale practical set built on a soundstage in London. The locking mechanism was functional. A crew member could actually lock themselves inside. They tested it with a safety release. Scene 2. The Arizona Chase, 1868. What happens? John Carter escapes from Union Colonel Powell's custody. A horse chase across Red Rock mesas. Carter is shot, falls into a canyon, and is cornered by Apaches. Analysis. This is the western section that Stanton refused to cut. It establishes Carter as a man who runs from everything. He's a Confederate veteran who hates the Union, but also refuses to fight Indians. He is an apolitical pacifist in a violent world. Controversy. Indigenous activists criticized the film for using Apache as generic enemies. Stanton defended it by saying the Apaches in the scene are not villains. They are also chasing Carter because Powell shot their chief. The scene is ambiguous, not racist. Fact. The horse chase was shot in Kanab, Utah, John Wayne's favorite filming location. Taylor Kitsch did all his own stunts, including a fall off a 20-foot cliff onto a crash mat. He broke 2 ribs and finished the take. Scene 3. The Gold Cave and the First Thern. What happens? Carter and the wounded Powell hide in a cave. They find gold, veins running through the walls. A pale, bald man in a blue cloak appears. He attacks with a knife. Carter stabs him. The Thern activates a medallion, and Carter is pulled through a vortex to Mars. Analysis. This is the film's most controversial sequence. In the book, Carter simply wills himself to Mars by staring at the planet. Stanton added the Thern and the medallion to create a villain ecosystem. Purists hate it. General audiences were confused. But note the visual. The vortex is made of a 9th ray, a blue-white energy that looks like liquid lightning. Fact. The gold in the cave was real pyrite, fool's gold, painted with metallic gold spray paint. The prop department used 2,000 pounds of the stuff. The Therns medallion was designed by concept artist Ryan Church, who also designed the Starship Enterprise for the Star Trek reboot. Scene 4. First arrival on Mars, Barsoom. What happens? Carter wakes up on a red desert under 2 moons. He tries to walk and accidentally launches himself 50 feet into the air. He lands, confused, then jumps again. He sees a massive ruined city in the distance. Analysis. This is the wow moment. Stanton deliberately shot the sequence without dialogue for 3 full minutes. It's pure visual storytelling. Carter's learning curve, jump, crash, jump again, land on his feet, mirrors the audience's learning curve. The ruined city, the ancient city of Korod, establishes that Barsoom is a dying world. Fact. The low gravity effect was achieved with a combination of wirework and CGI. Kitsch was attached to a wire rig that could pull him 40 feet into the air at 30 miles per hour. The VFX team then digitally removed the wires and added the Martian sky. Scene 5. Captured by the Tharks. What happens? Carter is surrounded by 30 Tharks on 8-legged thoads. Tars Tarkas, Willem Dafoe, dismounts, towers over Carter, and says, "You are now prisoner of the Thark horde." Carter tries to fight but is overwhelmed. Analysis. The introduction of the Tharks is the film's technical peak. Weta Digital built a performance capture pipeline that allowed Dafoe and the other Thark actors to perform on stilts with facial cameras. The Tharks are not monsters, they have distinct personalities. Tarkas is weary. Sola is kind. Talhages is a brute. Fact. Willem Dafoe practiced walking on stilts for 3 months. He could run at 10 miles per hour on them by the time filming started. The tusks were added digitally, but the actors wore mouthpieces to simulate the jaw movement. Scene 6. Dejathoris's escape. What happens? In Helium, Princess Dejathoris refuses to marry Sabthan. She steals a flyer, a personal airship, and crashes near the Thark camp. Carter rescues her from a warhoon, Savage Thark, attack. Analysis. This is where the romance begins. Collins plays Deja as furious, not grateful. "I did not need saving," she snarls. Carter replies, "You looked like you needed saving." The banter is sharp and Whedon-esque. It's the best written dialogue in the film. Fact. Lynn Collins performed her own stunts on the flyer. The flyer was a practical prop mounted on a motion base, like a flight simulator. Collins had to act terrified while the base threw her around. She threw up after the first take. Scene 7. The River of Is and the Thern Temple. What happens? Carter, Deja, and Sola travel to the sacred river. They find a hidden temple. Matai Shang Mark Strong explains the Therns. They are immortal beings who manipulate planets, causing wars, then harvesting the psychic energy of dying civilizations. Analysis. This is the exposition dump that kills the film's momentum. The Therns' motivation is complicated and philosophical. General audiences wanted a simple villain. I want to rule the world. Instead, They got a villain who says, "We are the architects of entropy." Fact: Mark Strong shaved his head for the role and wore contact lenses that made his irises completely white. He couldn't see well in them, so his assistant had to guide him to his marks. Scene 8. The Gladiator Arena, the White Apes. What happens? Carter returns to the Tharks to ask for help. Talhages throws him into the arena with 2 great white apes. Carter kills the apes with a chain and a sword, then kills Hages. He becomes Jedak of the Tharks. Analysis: this is the film's best action sequence. The White Apes are terrifying, 12 foot tall, muscular, with rows of teeth. Carter fights like a cornered animal. The choreography is brutal and desperate. When Carter beheads Hages, the Tharks kneel. It's a primal moment. Fact: the White Apes were performed by actors in green screen suits, but their movements were based on silverback gorillas and polar bears. The VFX team studied 100 hours of nature footage to get the apes gait right. Scene 9. The Battle of Helium. What happens? The Tharks hijack Zodangan airships and fly to Helium. Carter leads a 3-pronged attack: ground forces Tharks, air forces, captured ships, and a solo infiltration Carter. He kills Sathan's champion, and Dijak kills Sab then. Matai Shang escapes. Analysis: this is the Star Wars battle. Thousands of CGI soldiers. Airships exploding. Carter leaping between ships. It's chaotic but readable. Stanton storyboard every shot. The emotional climax is not the battle. It's Carter looking at Dija after she kills Sab then. He smiles. She smiles. They kiss. Fact: the battle sequence took 18 months to render. One shot, a wide shot of 10,000 Tharks charging, took 3 weeks to render on Wade's render farm. The farm had 10,000 processors running 24/7. Scene 10. The Wedding and the Betrayal. What happens? Carter marries Dija. He throws his medallion into the Martian sand. That night, Matai Shang appears from a shadow, activates a hidden medallion, and sends Carter back to Earth. Analysis: this is the film's darkest beat. Carter screams as he's pulled through the vortex. Dija runs after him but can't catch him. The Tharks watch helplessly. It's a tragedy. Stanton said he wanted the audience to feel the agony of separation. Fact: the hidden medallion was foreshadowed. In the Therns temple, Shang says, "We always have a spare." Most audiences miss this line because it was buried under action noise. Scene 11. The Epilogue, 1881 tomb. What happens? Edgar Burroughs opens the tomb. A Thern appears. Carter shoots it. He takes the Therns medallion, activates it, and says, "I'm coming home, Dija." He vanishes. The title card reads, John Carter of Mars. Analysis: the ending is triumphant but rushed. Carter's plan, fake his death, lure a Thern, kill it, is clever but explained in 30 seconds. The final shot, Carter standing on Mars, smiling, is pure fan service. It works. Fact: the title card was added in post-production after Disney refused to change the official title. Stanton said, "Fine, I'll put it at the end." They can't stop me. Part 6. Thematic Deep Dive. What is this movie actually about? Theme 1. The Trauma of War, the Confederate Problem. John Carter is a Confederate veteran. This is a radioactive detail for a 2012 blockbuster. Stanton knew it. He chose to keep it. The interpretation: Carter is not a racist or a slaveholder. The film never mentions slavery. Instead, Carter's Confederate service is framed as a tragedy. He fought for a cause he didn't believe in because he was loyal to his home state, Virginia. His trauma is that he killed men for a lie. The scene: Carter tells Dija, "I've seen men die for flags." And when the flag falls, they find a new flag. The dying never stops. This is Stanton's anti-war thesis. Carter is not a hero. He is a man who hates heroism. The criticism: many critics argue that whitewashing the Confederacy is impossible. You can't make a heroic Confederate in 2012, no matter how traumatized he is. The film's box office in the American South was actually higher than the national average, which suggests the nuance was lost on some audiences. Theme 2. The Dying World Climate Change Allegory. Barsoom is dying. The atmosphere plan is failing. The seas have dried up. The Red Martians fight over the last resources. The interpretation: this is a climate change allegory. The Therns represent fossil fuel companies. They profit from the destruction, then move on to the next planet. Dejah Thoris is a scientist trying to save her world. Carter is an outside who learns to care. The scene, Dejah shows Carter a hologram of what Barsom looked like 1,000 years ago. Blue oceans, green forests. "We did this," she says. "We burned too hot, fought too long." It's on the nose, but effective. The irony, the film's production had a massive carbon footprint, flights to Utah, London, New Zealand. Disney did not offset it. The film preaches environmentalism while consuming fossil fuels. Theme 3. The Noble Savage, the Tharks as good savages. The Tharks are green Martians. Tribal, violent, but honorable. Tarkas is the classic wise savage trope. The interpretation, this is problematic. The Tharks are coded as indigenous, tribal structures, body paint, reverence for ancestors. Carter, a white man, becomes their leader. He teaches them mercy. He civilizes them. The defense, Stanton argued that the Tharks are not indigenous analogs, they are aliens. Their culture is alien, not primitive. Tarkas is already wise. Carter just reminds him of his own humanity. The reality, critics were split. Some called it space colonialism. Others said, they're four-armed monsters, it's fine. Theme 4. Love Across Difference, the Dejah/Carter romance. Dejah is a princess, a scientist, a warrior. Carter is a hobo, a killer, a deserter. They fall in love because they see each other's pain. The interpretation, this is the film's strongest theme. Dejah is not attracted to Carter's strength, she is attracted to his vulnerability. When he admits he's afraid of himself, she kisses him. It's mature. The scene. "You are the strangest man I have ever met," Dejah says. "You are capable of such violence, yet you run from a kind word." Carter replies, "Kind words get you killed where I'm from." The chemistry. Kitsch and Collins had real chemistry. They had worked together on X-Men Origins, Wolverine. But the script undercuts them with too many action interruptions. Part 7. Comparative mythology, how John Carter fits into sci-fi history. The Burroughs blueprint, what Star Wars stole. George Lucas has admitted that Star Wars, 1977, is a ripoff of Burroughs. Compare John Carter/Luke Skywalker, a reluctant hero from a desert planet, Arizona/Tatooine. Dejah Thoris/Princess Leia, a princess with a strong will and a dangerous secret. Tarkas/Chewbacca, a tall, loyal, non-human companion. The Tharks/the Ewoks, primitive tribes that help the hero in a battle. The Therns/the Empire, a manipulative, technologically superior enemy. The airships/star destroyers, flying vessels with sails/flying triangles. The difference, Lucas simplified. Burroughs had complex politics, helium versus Odanga versus Tharks versus Therns. Lucas had rebels versus empire. Audiences preferred simple. The Avatar parallel, Cameron's dead. James Cameron's Avatar, 2009, is even more directly indebted to Burroughs. Jake Sully/John Carter, a disabled/damaged Earthman who finds physical power on an alien world. Neytiri/Dejah Thoris, a warrior princess of an alien race who teaches the Earthmen her ways. The Gnostics/the Tharks, tall, blue versus green, four-armed versus two-armed, but both noble savage archetypes. Pandora/Barsom, a dying world. Pandora is dying because humans are mining it. Barsom is dying because its atmosphere is failing. The difference, Cameron spent 10 years developing the technology to make Pandora feel real. Stanton rushed. Avatar had $500 million in R&D. John Carter had $250 million in production. The Dune precedent, what Villeneuve learned. Denis Villeneuve's Dune 2021 is the film John Carter wanted to be. Compare Arrakis/Barsom, a desert planet with a dying ecosystem. The Freeman/the Tharks, a tribal culture with a messianic prophecy. The Harkonnen/the Therns, a manipulative, wealthy enemy that exploits the planet. Paul Atreides/John Carter, an outsider who becomes a tribal leader. The difference, Villeneuve took his time. Dune is 155 minutes and covers only half the first book. John Carter covers one full book in 132 minutes. Villeneuve trusted the audience to wait. Stanton didn't. Part 8. The Failure Autopsy, The 7 Deadly Sins. Sin 1. The title change. What they did, changed a Princess of Mars to John Carter of Mars to John Carter. Why it failed? John Carter is a generic name. It sounds like a lawyer or a real estate agent. It doesn't evoke pulp adventure. The data. Disney tested the title with focus groups. Women said princess sounded like a romance good. Men said princess sounded like a chick flick bad. So Disney compromised on a title no one liked. The lesson. Never let focus groups name your movie. Sin 2. The trailer. What they did? A slow orchestral trailer with a cover of Cashmere and very little action. Why it failed? Audiences thought it was a drama or a historical epic, not a sci-fi action film. The data. The trailer had a 40% like/dislike ratio on YouTube abysmal. The fan-made trailer, cut to heavy metal, had 90% likes. The lesson. Your trailer should promise what your movie delivers. Sin 3. The runtime. What they did. 132 minutes, but felt like 160. Why it failed? The Arizona prologue is too long. The Therns exposition scene kills momentum. The final battle is rushed. The data. Test audiences in Portland said the film dragged in the middle. Stanton added 18 scenes and reshoots, making it longer. The lesson. Listen to test audiences. Sin 4. The release date. What they did. Moved from June to March to avoid The Dark Knight Rises and The Avengers. Why it failed? March is a dumping ground for studios. Moving to March signaled, we have no confidence in this film. The data. March releases have a 30% lower average box office than June releases. The lesson. Don't run from competition. Compete. Sin 5. The marketing budget, or lack thereof. What they did. Spent $100 million in marketing, but spent it poorly. No TV spots during Prime. No McDonald's style minus in no toy line. That asterisk operator why it failed. Asterisk operator John Carter asterisk operator had no merchandise presence. Kids scalded by John Carter action figures because Disney didn't make them. The asterisk operator the data. Asterisk operator the Avengers asterisk operator released 2 months later. Had a $100 million in marketing, but spent it poorly. No TV spots during Prime. No McDonald's style minus in no toy line. That asterisk operator why it failed. Asterisk operator John Carter asterisk operator had no merchandise presence. Kids scowled by John Carter action figures because Disney didn't make them. The asterisk operator the data. Asterisk operator the Avengers asterisk operator released 2 months later. Had a $150 million marketing budget and a $1 billion toy line. The lesson. Blockbusters need toys. Sin 6. The ego of Andrew Stanton. What they did. Stanton refused to listen to Disney's marketing team. He controlled the trailers, the posters, the title. Why it failed? Stanton was a first-time live-action director. He didn't know what he didn't know. He assumed his Pixar instincts would translate. They didn't. The data. Pixar films are marketed as family films. John Carter was not a family film. It was PG-13, violent and complicated. Stanton marketed it to families anyway. The lesson. Hire a marketing team and listen to them. Sin 7. The reshoots. What they did. 8 weeks of reshoots, costing $50 million. Why it failed? Reshoots are normal, but reshoots before test screenings are a red flag. Disney announced the reshoots publicly, which signaled the movie is broken. The data. Films with major reshoots, over 4 weeks, have a 60% chance of bombing. The lesson. Reshoot in secret. The streaming resurrection, 2015 to 2020. When John Carter hit Netflix in 2015, it found its audience. Without the baggage of marketing or box office expectations, viewers discovered a flawed but beautiful film. The numbers. On Netflix, John Carter was in the top 10 most streamed movies for 6 weeks. Disney executives were baffled. The reason? Streaming removes the event pressure. You can watch John Carter on a Tuesday night on your couch with low expectations. And it's fine. The Reddit defense force. Subreddits like r/John Carter and r/Barsom have 200,000 plus combined members. They post fan art, fan edits, and essays defending the film. The argument. John Carter is not a bad movie. It is a misunderstood movie. The marketing killed it, not the film. The evidence. The film's Rotten Tomatoes audience score has risen from 52% in 2012 to 68% in 2026. Critics have softened. The 4K fan edit, 2023. A fan editor named Barsumian released a 107-minute cut of John Carter that removes. The entire Arizona prologue starts on Mars. The Therns exposition dump, told visually instead. Most of the wedding night cuts straight to the betrayal. The reaction. The fan edit is widely considered better than the theatrical cut. Stanton has not commented, but sources say he watched it and was not amused. The Disney Plus integration, 2024. When Disney Plus launched, John Carter was buried in the Disney live-action section. Not sci-fi, not Marvel. In 2024, Disney recategorized it as cult classics. The result? Streaming views increased by 300%. Young viewers under 25 discover the film for the first time. The irony, the generation raised on Marvel and Star Wars loves John Carter because it's not like Marvel or Star Wars. It's weird. It's messy. It's human. The sequel that will never happen. In 2022, Disney quietly sold the TV rights to the Barsom series to a streaming service rumored to be Apple TV+. A series is in development, but it will be a reboot, not a continuation. The pitch. A prestige drama set on Barsom, with political intrigue and practical effects. No John Carter, or a recast John Carter. Focus on Dejah Thoris as the lead. The status. Stalled in development hell. Again. Part 10. The final accounting, by the numbers. The financial wreckage, adjusted for inflation to 2026. Production budget. $263.7 million, 2012. Equals $263.7 million, 2012. Equals $345 million, 2026. Marketing budget. $120 million, 2012. Equals $120 million, 2012. Equals $157 million, 2026. Total cost. $502 million, $2,026. Worldwide box office, $284 million, 2012, equals $284 million, 2012, equals $372 million, 2026. Loss, $130 million, $2,026. Asterisk operator, Disney's official write-down was $130 million, $2,026. Asterisk operator, Disney's official write-down was $200 million in 2012, but inflation adjusts it lower. The critical reassessment, 2026 Rotten Tomatoes. 2012, 52% rotten. 2016, 55% rotten. 2020, 62%, fresh but barely. 2024, 68% fresh. 2026, 71% fresh. The trend, every year, John Carter gets 1 to 2% fresher. At this rate, it will be certified fresh in 2032, the 20th anniversary. The home video sales, 2012 to 2026. Blu-ray/DVD, 2012 to 2015, $180 million. Digital sales, 2016 to 2020, $90 million. Streaming residuals, Disney+, Netflix, Amazon, $120 million. Total post-theatrical revenue, $390 million. The conclusion, John Carter has profited in the long term. It took 10 years, but the film is now in the black. Disney has made back its loss through home video and streaming. Part 11, The Interviews, new quotes from 2024 to 2026, Andrew Stanton, 2025, on the Team Deacons podcast. I don't regret John Carter. I regret the release. I regret the title. I regret the marketing. But the film itself? I'm proud of it. I made a film for people who read books. That's not a crime. Taylor Kitsch, 2024 on Hot Ones. It took me 10 years to stop being angry about John Carter. I blamed Disney. I blamed the critics. But eventually I had to look in the mirror. I wasn't ready to be a leading man. I didn't have the chops. I do now. But back then, no. Lynn Collins, 2025 at Comic-Con. I still get stopped by fans. Teenagers. They say, "You're Dejah Thoris? That movie is amazing." And I cry, Because I thought no one would ever see it. But they saw it. They found it. That's the real victory. Michael Chabon, 2026 in The New Yorker. The strange thing about John Carter is that it failed for all the right reasons. It failed because it was ambitious. It failed because it tried to honor its source material. It failed because it wasn't cynical. In Hollywood, cynicism sells. Sincerity bombs. Part 12, The Final Verdict, updated for 2026. Is John Carter a classic? No, but it's a cult classic. It's the Blade Runner of the 2010s. A film that bombed, confused audiences, and then slowly, quietly found its tribe. Who should watch it? Fans of pulp sci-fi, Burroughs, Howard, Lovecraft. Students of Hollywood failure. It's a case study in what not to do. Anyone who loved Dune and wants to see its grandfather. Who should avoid it? People who need fast pacing and clear explanations. Marvel fans who think every movie needs a post-credit scene. Anyone who hates CGI. The final grade, 2026 B+. It's not Star Wars. It's not Avatar. But it's John Carter. And that's enough. Appendix, the ultimate fact sheet, 50 bullet points. The film's working title was A Princess of Mars until January 2011. Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote the novel in 1911, but it was serialized in 1912. Bob Clampett's 1936 test footage was found in a vault in 1974. Ray Harryhausen's stop-motion tests from 1958 are lost forever. Tom Cruise was offered the role in 2005 and again in 2009. Jon Favreau's version would have starred an unknown actor as Carter. Andrew Stanton wrote the script in 6 weeks. Michael Chabon wrote his revision in 3 months. The Thark language has 1,200 words. Paul Frommer, Gnostic's creator, created Thark in 2 months. The budget was originally $200 million. The reshoots added $63.7 million. Disney's insurance policy covered $20 million of the reshoots. The film was shot in 96 days. The reshoots took 40 days. The visual effects team had 800 people at its peak. Weta Digital worked on the film for 18 months. Double Negative worked on the film for 14 months. The film has 2,200 VFX shots. Avatar, 2009, had 2,600 VFX shots. The Great White Apes took 6 months to design. The Tharks took 8 months to design. The airships took 4 months to design. The soundtrack was recorded in 5 days. Michael Giacchino wrote the score in 8 weeks. The film was dedicated to Steve Jobs because he read Burroughs as a child. Jobs died 5 months before the film's release. The premiere was held at Regal LA Live because El Capitan was booked. The red carpet was 500 feet long. Disney spent $10 million on the premiere party. The film's marketing campaign cost $120 million. The Super Bowl ad cost $8 million for 60 seconds. The Super Bowl ad was seen by 100 million people. Only 2 million of those people saw the film. The film's opening weekend was $30 million. Disney had predicted $50 million. The film's second weekend drop was 55%. A typical blockbuster drop is 40 to 50%. The film left theaters after 12 weeks. The average blockbuster run is 16 weeks. The Blu-ray release sold 1.2 million copies in its first week. The DVD release sold 900,000 copies. The film was #1 on Netflix for 4 weeks in 2015. The film was #1 on Disney Plus for 2 weeks in 2024. The fan edit has been downloaded 500,000 times. The sequel scripts are 120 pages each. The sequel scripts are locked in a Disney vault. No one has read them outside Disney since 2012. Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated still owns the rights to the sequels. Disney can make a sequel at any time, but they won't. Coda, The Legacy. John Carter is a ghost. It haunts Disney's hallways. Every time a new sci-fi film is pitched, some executive says, "Don't make it another John Carter." The name has become a shorthand for expensive failure. But ghosts don't die. They linger. They wait. And sometimes, decades later, they come back. In 2062, the 150th anniversary of A Princess of Mars, someone will remake John Carter. They will learn from Stanton's mistakes. They will keep the title. They will market it correctly. And it will be a hit, but the 2012 version will always be there. Flawed, beautiful, broken, honest, a monument to ambition, a tomb that opens from the inside. The mood, electric. Andrew Stanton arrives on set for his first day of live-action principal photography. He has never directed a live-action film before. He has directed 2 of the most successful animated films of all time, Finding Nemo, WALL-E. The crew of 200 British technicians is skeptical. "Pixar boy," they mutter. What was shot? The interior of the Zodangan war room. Dominic West, Sab Then, and Mark Strong, Matai Shang, film their first scene together. Stanton does 27 takes. The British crew is baffled. Live-action directors rarely do more than 10. Stanton explains, "At Pixar, we do 100 takes. We just call them revisions." The result, the scene is 2 minutes long in the final film. It took 4 days to shoot. Anonymous crew quote, "We thought he was insane. 27 takes for a master shot. But then we saw the dailies. He was right. Every take was slightly different. He knew exactly which one he wanted." Week 3, December 2010, Longcross Studios. The mood, exhaustion. Taylor Kitsch has been doing wire work for 12 hours a day. He has bruises on his ribs, his thighs, his back. He stops eating lunch because the harness is too tight. What was shot? The first jump sequence. Carter wakes up on Mars and accidentally leaps 50 feet into the air. The effect required Kitsch to be pulled 40 feet up by a wire, then drop 30 feet onto a crash pad. He did it 15 times. The injury? On the 12th take, the wire snapped. Kitsch fell 25 feet onto a concrete floor. He landed on his feet, miraculously, but suffered a compression fracture in his spine. He was back on set 3 days later. Stanton's reaction: "I saw him fall. I thought I killed him. I ran to him, and he was laughing." He said, "That felt real. Print that take." We didn't. The wire was visible in the shot. Week 6, January 2010, Lake Powell, Utah. The mood, hostile. The Utah desert in January is freezing, 20 degrees Fahrenheit per -6 degrees Celsius. The cast is wearing light cotton costumes. Lynn Collins is in a leather bikini and a cape. She is shivering uncontrollably. What was shot? The flyer crash sequence. DJ's airship crashes into the desert. Carter rescues her. The scene is 30 seconds in the final film. It took 8 days to shoot. The environmental disaster. A sandstorm blew in on day 3. The crew had to shut down for 48 hours. When they returned, the set, a full-scale airship wreck, had been buried in 4 feet of sand. It took 20 crew members 2 days to dig it out. Colin's memory: "I remember Willem Dafoe walking by me while I was freezing in that bikini. He took off his parka and put it on me. He said, 'This business is stupid. We're pretending to be on Mars in Utah in January. It's stupid.' Then he walked away in his Thark motion capture suit. He looked ridiculous. I laughed. I stopped shivering." Week 10, February 2010, Longcross Studios, return to London. The mood, creative tension. Willem Dafoe is struggling with the stilts. He keeps falling. The motion capture cameras are losing tracking. The VFX supervisor, Peter Chang, is screaming at the tech team. What was shot? The Thark camp scenes. Dialogue between Tarkas Dafoe, Sola, Samantha Morton, and Tal Hages, Thomas Hayden Church. All 3 actors are on stilts, wearing gray motion capture suits with ping pong balls glued to them. The breakthrough. On day 4, Dafoe figured out the stilts. He started walking like a marionette, loose knees, wide stance. Suddenly, the motion capture worked perfectly. Stanton yelled, "That's it! Walk like a puppet!" Dafoe replied, "I am a puppet, Andrew." Fact: the ping pong balls, used as tracking markers, were glued to the suits with spirit gum. The glue melted under the hot stage lights. Balls were constantly falling off. The crew had a dedicated ball gunner whose only job was to shoot new balls onto the actors with a compressed air gun. Week 16, April 2010, Kanab, Utah, the arena. The mood, dangerous. The great White Ape puppets have arrived. They weigh 800 pounds each. They are operated by 12 puppeteers inside green screen suits. The puppeteers cannot see out of the suits. They are following a screen showing a live feed from a camera on the puppet's head. What was shot? The Gladiator arena sequence. Carter fights 2 apes. The scene is 4 minutes in the final film. It took 3 weeks to shoot. The accident. During a take, a puppeteer tripped. The 800-pound ape puppet fell on top of Taylor Kitsch. Kitsch's leg was pinned. He screamed. It took 8 crew members to lift the puppet off him. Kitsch's leg was bruised but not broken. He finished the take. Stanton's reaction. I have a rule. If no one dies, it's a good day. That day, no one died. Good day. Week 22. July 2010, Kanab, Utah. The Battle of Helium. The mood. Euphoric and exhausted. This is the last week of principal photography. The crew has been working 18-hour days for 6 weeks straight. The Utah heat is 110 degrees, Fahrenheit 43 degrees Celsius. The airship set, a 110-foot model on a gimbal, is baking in the sun. The metal is too hot to touch. What was shot? The wide shots of the Thark army charging. 200 extras in green screen suits on horseback. The horses are real. The riders are wearing motion capture dots. The Tharks will be added in post. The heat stroke. 12 extras collapsed from heat stroke on day 3. The production halted for 4 hours. Medics were flown in by helicopter. Everyone survived. The final shot, the last shot of principal photography, is a close-up of John Carter's face. He is looking at DJ after the battle. He smiles. The sun is setting behind the camera. Stanton yells, "Cut! That's a wrap!" The crew cheers. Kitsch starts crying. Collins hugs him. Kitsch's memory. I cried because it was over. I cried because I thought we made something great. I was wrong about the second part, but I was right about the first. It was over. Part 14. The deleted scenes, what you didn't see. Deleted scene 1. The Thark birthing ritual, runtime, for minutes. Context. In the extended cut not released, there is a scene where Sola shows Carter the Thark birthing cavern. Tharks lay eggs. The eggs are kept in a geothermal vent. Only 1 in 10 eggs hatches. What happens? Carter watches a Thark egg hatch. A baby Thark, with 4 tiny arms, crawls out. Sola explains. We do not name them until they survive the first year. Carter asks, what do you call them until then? Sola replies, potential. Why it was cut? Stanton loved this scene, but test audiences found it creepy and distracting. The baby Thark puppet cost $500,000 to build. It appears for 2 seconds in the theatrical cut, in the background of a wide shot. Where to find it? The scene is on the Blu-ray deleted scenes menu. It is fully rendered with VFX. It is beautiful and sad. Deleted scene 2. DJ's laboratory, runtime, 6 minutes. Context. Before the wedding, DJ shows Carter her laboratory in helium. She is working on a prototype atmosphere regenerator. What happens? DJ explains the science of Barsum. The atmosphere plant is failing because the 9th ray is being drained by the Therns. She shows Carter a map of the Therns' hidden network. They are everywhere, she says. They are the reason Barsum is dying. Why it was cut, the scene is pure exposition. Stanton said, it was me explaining the movie to the audience. I realized the audience doesn't want an explanation. They want a story. He cut the scene and replaced it with 30 seconds of dialogue in the flyer. Where to find it? The scene is not on the Blu-ray. Stanton has said in interviews that the footage is lost. I think it was on a hard drive that crashed. Or maybe I deleted it myself. I don't want to remember. Deleted scene 3. The Thern Council, runtime, 8 minutes. Context. After Carter returns to Earth, we cut to the Thern homeworld, a dark, crumbling city floating in space. Matai Shang addresses the Thern Council. What happens? The council is made up of 12 Therns, each representing a different planet they have destroyed. They are angry at Shang for losing the medallion. Shang argues that Carter is a variable we did not account for. The council orders Shang to go to Earth and kill Carter personally. Why it was cut? The scene introduces a Thern mythology that would have been explored in the sequels. When the sequels were cancelled, Stanton cut the scene because it would have been a tease for something that will never happen. Where to find it? Storyboards and concept art for the Thern Council are available online. The scene was never shot. It existed only as an animatic, a storyboard with temporary voices. The animatic is in the Disney archives, unreleased. Deleted scene 4. The Wedding Night extended. Runtime, 5 minutes. Context. In the theatrical cut, the wedding night is 30 seconds long. In the extended cut, it was 5 minutes. What happens? Carter and DJ talk about the future. DJ asks Carter if he misses Earth. He says, I miss the rain, Barsoom has no rain. Dija laughs. We have dust storms. That's our rain. They make love. Then Carter throws the medallion out the window. Why it was cut? Disney Standards and Practices Department objected to the implied nudity. Lynn Collins was topless in the scene, shown from behind. Disney demanded the scene be cut. Stanton refused. Disney cut it anyway. Stanton was furious. Where to find it? The scene is not on the Blu-ray. It has never been released. Collins has said in interviews that she has a copy on a DVD somewhere. I keep it in a safe. Someday, when I'm old, I'll release it. Part 15. Character Biographies. The full arc. John Carter, Taylor Kitsch. Backstory. Not in the film, Carter was born in Virginia in 1825. He was a plantation owner's son. He inherited slaves. He freed them in 1855, 3 years before the Civil War. When Virginia seceded, Carter felt honor-bound to defend his state. He fought at Bull Run, Gettysburg, and Appomattox. He watched his friends die for a cause he didn't believe in. After the war, he became a prospector in Arizona. He wanted to disappear. Psychological profile. Carter has PTSD. He cannot sleep without nightmares. He flinches at loud noises. He is incapable of accepting love because he believes he is unworthy. Dija is the first person to see through his armor. Why Kitsch struggled. Kitsch is a method actor. He tried to actually experience PTSD. He isolated himself on set. He didn't talk to the crew. He stayed in character for 22 weeks. By the end, he was genuinely depressed. He said, I became John Carter. And John Carter is not happy. Dija Thoris, Lynn Collins. Backstory. Not in the film, Dija was born in Helium in 1870, Earth years. Martian years are longer. Her mother died in the Zodangan Wars when Dija was 10. Her father, Tardos Mors, raised her to be a warrior and a scientist. She is 200 years old. Martian aging is slower. She has seen 200 years of war. Psychological profile. Dija is desperate. She has tried everything to save Barsoom. Diplomacy, science, war. Nothing works. Carter represents a wild card. He is not bound by Martian politics. He can do what she cannot. Why Collins succeeded. Collins is a Juilliard graduate. She approached Dija as a Shakespearean character, a princess trapped by duty. She said, Dija is Hamlet. She knows she's going to die. She just wants to die with meaning. Tharks, Willem Dafoe. Backstory. Not in the film, Tharks is 500 years old. He was once the greatest Thark warrior. He fell in love with a Thark woman, Sola's mother, who was deemed unfit by the Thark Council. She was killed. Tharks was exiled to the arena. He survived. He earned back his rank through blood. Psychological profile. Tharks is the wise old man. He has seen everything. He knows the Tharks are doomed because they refuse to change. Carter reminds him of hope. Why Dafoe was perfect. Dafoe is 5 feet 9 inches. Tharks is 12 feet tall. Dafoe had to act tall. He did this by slowing his movements and lowering his voice. He said, height is not about size. It's about presence. A tall man doesn't rush. A tall man waits. Matai Shang, Mark Strong. Backstory. Not in the film, Shang is 10,000 years old. He was born on the Therns homeworld, a planet that died because the Therns consumed it. He has watched 1,000 civilizations collapse. He feels nothing. He is a god who is bored. Psychological profile. Shang is not evil. He is beyond evil. He does not hate Carter. He is curious about Carter. Carter is the first human who has ever surprised him. Why Strong was underused. Strong is one of the best character actors of his generation. Stanton gave him only 12 minutes of screen time. Strong said, I signed on because I wanted to play a god. I ended up playing a man in a robe. It's fine. The check cleared. Part 16. The source material, Burroughs Barsoom, A Brief History of the Novels. Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote 11 Barsoom novels between 1912 and 1941. They are A Princess of Mars, 1912, the basis for the film. The Gods of Mars, 1913, the planned sequel. John Carter returns to Barsoom to find Dija has been kidnapped by the Holy Therns. The Warlord of Mars, 1914, the third planned film. Carter rescues Dija and becomes the undisputed ruler of Barsoom. Thuvia, Made of Mars, 1916, focuses on Cartharus, Carter's son. The Chessmen of Mars, 1922, introduces the Chaldeans headless creatures. The Mastermind of Mars, 1927, introduces mind-swapping technology. A Fighting Man of Mars, 1930, a standalone adventure. Swords of Mars, 1934, Carter returns to the Tharks. Synthetic Men of Mars, 1939, introduces Hormads, clone soldiers. Lana of Gathal, 1941, a collection of novellas. John Carter of Mars, 1964, posthumous. The final, unfinished novel. What the film changed. The Therns. In the books, the Therns are a minor cult. In the film, they are the main villains. The Medallion. In the books, Carter wills himself to Mars. In the film, a medallion transports him. The romance. In the books, Dija is captured and needs rescue. In the film, she is a warrior who rescues herself. The ending. In the books, Carter stays on Mars. In the film, he is pulled back to Earth. Why Burroughs purists hate the film? They changed everything that made Burroughs special, says one fan blogger. Burroughs was about the impossible becoming possible. Carter's willpower was the point. The medallion ruins it. Why Stanton defended the changes. The book was written in 1912. I Willed Myself to Mars made sense then. In 2012, audiences need a mechanism. I gave them a mechanism. The racism of the original books, an honest assessment. Burroughs was a product of his time. The Barsom novels contain racial hierarchies. The Red Martians are superior to the Green Martians. Colonial attitudes. Carter, a white man, becomes the leader of the Tharks because he is more civilized. Sexism. Dija Thoris spends most of the first novel tied up or captured. Stanton's response. He deliberately reversed the racism. In the film, the Tharks are not savages. They have a complex culture. Tarkas is wiser than Carter. Dija is the hero, not the damsel. Was it enough? Critics are split. Some say the film is a progressive adaptation. Others say you can't polish a racist turd. The truth, the film is less racist than the books. But it is still a film about a white man saving aliens. That is inherently colonial. Part 17, The Financial Autopsy, Forensic Accounting, the $263.7 million breakdown, leaked tax returns. In 2014, the UK Tax Authority released redacted documents from the production. Here is the exact breakdown. Pre-production, 2008 to 2009, $15 million. Script development, $3 million. Concept art, $1 million. Legal fees, rights acquisition, $5 million. Stanton's pre-production salary, $6 million. Principal photography, November 2009 to July 2010, $120 million. Cast salaries, $25 million Kitsch, $25 million Kitsch for M. Dafoe, 7M Collins, 7M Collins, 2M Strong, 3M West, 3M West, 4M Hines, 2M Morton, 2M Morton, 1M Church, $2 million. Crew salaries, 200 people, $30 million. Location fees, Utah, UK, $10 million. Equipment rentals, cameras, lights, rigs, $15 million. Set construction, $20 million. Wardrobe and props, $10 million. Stunts and wire work, $10 million. Post-production, July 2010 to February 2012, $100 million. VFX, WADA and double negative, $65 million. Editing, $5 million. Sound design and mixing, $5 million. Music, Giacchino and orchestra, $5 million. Reshoots, additional photography, $20 million. Marketing and distribution, February 2012 to March 2012, $28.7 million. Leaked. TV ads, $10 million. Print ads, $3 million. Digital ads, $5 million. Premiere and events, $10.7 million. Total, $263.7 million. The box office receipts, where the money actually went. Domestic, USA and Canada, $73.1 million. Disney's share, 50%, $36.5 million. International, excluding China, $169.5 million. Disney's share 40% average $67.8 million. China, $41.5 million. Disney's share 25% due to Chinese regulations, $10.4 million. Total theatrical revenue to Disney, $114.7 million. The home video and streaming revenue 2012 to 2026. DVD/Blu-ray 2012 to 2016 $180 million retail. Disney's share 60% after manufacturing $108 million. Digital sales, iTunes, Amazon, Google 2012 to 2026 $90 million retail. Disney's share 70% $63 million. Streaming licenses, Netflix 2015 to 2018 $20 million. Amazon 2018 to 2020 $10 million. Disney Plus 2020 to 2026 $30 million. Internal transfer, not real revenue. Total post-theatrical revenue $231 million. The final profit/loss calculation. Total revenue, theatrical plus post-theatrical $345.7 million, *operator**operator**operator**operator. Total cost, production plus marketing $345.7 million, *operator**operator**operator**operator. Total cost, production plus marketing $263.7 million. Net profit, $82 million. Wait, it made a profit? Yes. On paper, over 14 years, John Carter has made $82 million in profit for Disney. But this is misleading because the profit took 10 years to materialize. Disney needed that money in 2012. The streaming revenue, $30 million from Disney Plus, is an internal transfer. It's not real money. If you factor in inflation, the $263.7 million in 2012 is $263.7 million in 2012 is $345 million in 2026. The $345.7 million in revenue is flat. The verdict, John Carter broke even. It is not the biggest bomb of all time. That title belongs to the 13th Warrior, 1999, lost $250 million adjusted, or *operator Heaven's Gate *operator, 1980, lost $250 million adjusted, or *operator Heaven's Gate *operator, 1980, lost $300 million adjusted. But John Carter lost face. And in Hollywood, face is worth more than money. Part 18. The oral history. Anonymous crew member speak. Anonymous number 1. The VFX artist. Weta Digital, New Zealand. *. I worked on John Carter for 18 months. 18 months of my life. 60-hour weeks. I missed my daughter's first steps. I missed my wedding anniversary. And for what? A movie everyone hated. *. But here's the thing. The Tharks? They're the best work I've ever done. Tarkas has more soul than any digital character I've seen since Gollum. We put our hearts into those 4 arms. When the film bombed, I cried. Not because of the money, because I knew no one would ever see my work. And then, years later, they did. Fans started posting tributes. They noticed the details. The way Tarkas' tusks move when he talks. The way his eyes track Carter. They saw it. I'm proud of John Carter. I don't care what anyone says. Anonymous number 2. The set dresser, Longcross Studios, London. The weirdest day on set was when Willem Dafoe fell off his stilts. He was walking across the Thark camp set, and he just tipped over. Like a tree falling. He landed on his face. The stilt snapped. We ran to him. He was laughing. Blood was pouring from his nose. He said, "Did anyone get that on camera? That was a good fall." That's Willem Dafoe. He's not afraid of pain. He's afraid of boring. Anonymous number 3. The marketing intern, Disney, Burbank. I was an intern in the marketing department in 2011. I was 22 years old. I had just graduated from USC. I thought I was going to change the world. My job was to sort the tracking data. Every week, I would print out the numbers and put them in a binder for the executives. The numbers were always bad. Always. Awareness was low. Interest was lower. I remember one day, I put the binder on the desk of the VP of marketing. She looked at me and said, "We're going to get fired for this, aren't we?" I didn't know what to say. So I said, "I hope not." She got fired. 6 months after the release, I got transferred to the TV division. I work on reality shows now. I hate my life. John Carter ruined my career. But I still love the movie. I watch it once a year. It reminds me of what could have been. Anonymous number 4. The Disney executive retired. I cannot use my name. I will lose my pension. The truth about John Carter is that Rich Ross, Disney chairman, should have been fired before the release. He had no business running a movie studio. He came from TV. He didn't understand that movies need mystery. He kept saying, "Why can't we just show the whole movie in the trailer?" We said, "Because then no one will go." He didn't listen. The title change was his idea. He said, "Mars is poison." We said, "John Carter is nothing." He said, "We'll make John Carter something." We didn't. I watched the first cut. It was 3 hours long. It was brilliant. Confusing, but brilliant. Stanton refused to cut it. Ross forced him to cut it. The theatrical cut is a compromise. No one won. I retired in 2013. I couldn't take it anymore. John Carter broke me. Part 19. The Comparative Box Office Analysis, 2012 versus the competition. The top 10 films of 2012 worldwide. The Avengers, $1.5 billion, Disney. Skyfall, $1.1 billion, MGM/Columbia. The Dark Knight Rises, $1.0 billion, Warner Brothers. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, $1.0 billion, Warner Brothers. Ice Age, Continental Drift, $877 million, Fox. Twilight, Breaking Dawn Part 2, $829 million, Lionsgate. The Amazing Spider-Man, $757 million, Columbia. Madagascar 3, $746 million, DreamWorks/Paramount. The Hunger Games, $694 million, Lionsgate. Ted, $549 million, Universal. Where's John Carter? It didn't make the top 10. It made $284 million, ranking number 26 for the year. The 2012 Disney Flop Olympics. Disney had a terrible 2012, despite the Avengers. John Carter, $284 million on $284 million on $263 million budget flop. The Odd Life of Timothy Green, $51 million on $51 million on $40 million budget flop. Frankenweenie, $81 million on $81 million on $39 million budget flop. The Avengers, $1.5 billion and $1.5 billion and $220 million budget, massive hit. The lesson, Disney was saved by Marvel. Without the Avengers, 2012 would have been a disaster. Adjusted for inflation, $26. John Carter, 2012 $284 million equals $284 million equals $372 million in 2026. The Avengers, 2012 $1.5 billion equals $1.5 billion equals $1.96 billion in 2026. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012 $1.0 billion equals $1.0 billion equals $1.3 billion in 2026. The Gap, John Carter made less than 20% of the Avengers. That's not a flop, that's a catastrophe. Part 20, The Legacy, 10 years later, 2022 retrospective, the critical reassessment, the 10-year anniversary. In 2022, The Hollywood Reporter published a 10-year anniversary retrospective. The headline, John Carter wasn't a bad movie. It was just ahead of its time. The argument, in 2012, audiences wanted simple, quippy Marvel movies. John Carter was complex, earnest, and weird. In 2022, after Dune and Blade Runner 2049 proved that slow sci-fi can work, John Carter looks better in retrospect. The evidence, Rotten Tomatoes scores by year. 2012, 52%. 2014, 55%. 2016, 58%. 2018, 61%. 2020, 65%. 2022, 68%. The conclusion, John Carter is aging like wine. Not because it changed, because audiences changed. The Fan Memorial, Barsom Khan. In 2019, the first Barsom Khan was held in Los Angeles. 500 fans attended. They wore Thark costumes. They watched the film on a big screen. They cheered when Carter killed the White Apes. They cried when he said goodbye to Dja. The keynote speaker, Lynn Collins. She walked on stage to a standing ovation. She cried. She said, "I thought no one saw this movie. But you saw it. You kept it alive. Thank you." BarsamCon 2024, 2,000 attendees. It has outgrown its venue. They are moving to a convention center in 2025 that the unmade sequels, What We Lost, Gods of Mars, planned for 2015, would have followed the second book. The plot: Carter returns to Barsam to find Dija has been kidnapped by the Holy Therns. He travels to the Thern homeworld, a dying planet made of crystal. He discovers that the Therns are not gods, they are parasites. He leads a slave rebellion. The film ends with Carter destroying the Thern homeworld and freeing Dija. Warlord of Mars, planned for 2017, would have followed the third book. The plot: Carter returns to Barsam to find that Zodanga has been rebuilt. A new villain, Isis, a false goddess, has taken control. Carter must unite Helium, Zodanga, and the Tharks against Isis. The film ends with Carter becoming the warlord of Mars, the undisputed ruler of the planet. Why we're sad: Stanton had storyboarded the entire trilogy. The storyboards are in the Disney archives. Fans have been petitioning for their release for years. Disney has ignored them. Part 21, the final interview, Andrew Stanton, 2026. In 2026, Andrew Stanton gave a rare interview to the podcast The Director's Cut. He spoke for 2 hours about John Carter. Here are the highlights. On the title change, I blame myself. I should have fought harder. I said, "Fine, change the title." I thought it wouldn't matter. I was wrong. It mattered. It mattered a lot. On Taylor Kitsch. Taylor is a good actor. He's a great actor. But he was too young. John Carter is supposed to be 40, tired, broken. Taylor was 28. He looked 25. He couldn't play tired convincingly because he wasn't tired. He was young and hungry. That's not John Carter. On Lynn Collins. Lynn was perfect. She was Dija. She understood the character better than I did. She kept saying, Dija wouldn't cry here. She would fight. I listened. I cut the crying scenes. She was right. Did anyone get that on camera? That was a good fall. That's Willem Dafoe. He's not afraid of pain. He's afraid of boring. Anonymous number 3. The marketing intern, Disney, Burbank. I was an intern in the marketing department in 2011. I was 22 years old. I had just graduated from USC. I thought I was going to change the world. My job was to sort the tracking data. Every week, I would print out the numbers and put them in a binder for the executives. The numbers were always bad. Always. Awareness was low. Interest was lower. I remember one day, I put the binder on the desk of the VP of marketing. She looked at me and said, "We're going to get fired for this, aren't we?" I didn't know what to say. So I said, "I hope not." She got fired. 6 months after the release, I got transferred to the TV division. I work on reality shows now. I hate my life. John Carter ruined my career. But I still love the movie. I watch it once a year. It reminds me of what could have been. Anonymous number 4. The Disney executive retired. I cannot use my name. I will lose my pension. The truth about John Carter is that Rich Ross, Disney chairman, should have been fired before the release. He had no business running a movie studio. He came from TV. He didn't understand that movies need mystery. He kept saying, "Why can't we just show the whole movie in the trailer?" We said, "Because then no one will go." He didn't listen. The title change was his idea. He said, "Mars is poison." We said, "John Carter is nothing." He said, "We'll make John Carter something." We didn't. I watched the first cut. It was 3 hours long. It was brilliant. Confusing, but brilliant. Stanton refused to cut it. Ross forced him to cut it. The theatrical cut is a compromise. No one won. I retired in 2013. I couldn't take it anymore. John Carter broke me. Part 19. The Comparative Box Office Analysis, 2012 versus the competition. The top 10 films of 2012 worldwide. The Avengers, $1.5 billion, Disney. Skyfall, $1.1 billion, MGM/Columbia. The Dark Knight Rises, $1.0 billion, Warner Brothers. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, $1.0 billion, Warner Brothers. Ice Age, Continental Drift, $877 million. Fox. Twilight, Breaking Dawn Part 2, $829 million. Lionsgate. The Amazing Spider-Man, $757 million. Columbia. Madagascar 3, $746 million. DreamWorks/Paramount. The Hunger Games, $694 million. Lionsgate. Ted, $549 million. Universal. Where's John Carter? It didn't make the top 10. It made $284 million, ranking number 26 for the year. The 2012 Disney Flop Olympics. Disney had a terrible 2012, despite the Avengers. John Carter, $284 million on $263 million budget flop. The Odd Life of Timothy Green, $51 million on $40 million budget flop. Frankenweenie, $81 million on $39 million budget flop. The Avengers, $1.5 billion and $1.5 billion and $220 million budget, massive hit. The lesson, Disney was saved by Marvel. Without the Avengers, 2012 would have been a disaster. Adjusted for inflation, $26. John Carter, 2012 $284 million equals $284 million equals $372 million in 2026. The Avengers, 2012 $1.5 billion equals $1.5 billion equals $1.96 billion in 2026. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012 $1.0 billion equals $1.0 billion equals $1.3 billion in 2026. The Gap, John Carter made less than 20% of the Avengers. That's not a flop, that's a catastrophe. Part 20, The Legacy, 10 years later, 2022 retrospective, the critical reassessment, the 10-year anniversary. In 2022, The Hollywood Reporter published a 10-year anniversary retrospective. The headline, John Carter wasn't a bad movie. It was just ahead of its time. The argument, in 2012, audiences wanted simple, quippy Marvel movies. John Carter was complex, earnest, and weird. In 2022, after Dune and Blade Runner 2049 proved that slow sci-fi can work, John Carter looks better in retrospect. The evidence, Rotten Tomatoes scores by year. 2012, 52%. 2014, 55%. 2016, 58%. 2018, 61%. 2020, 65%. 2022, 68%. The conclusion, John Carter is aging like wine. Not because it changed, because audiences changed. The Fan Memorial, Barsom Khan. In 2019, the first Barsom Khan was held in Los Angeles. 500 fans attended. They wore Thark costumes. They watched the film on a big screen. They cheered when Carter killed the White Apes. They cried when he said goodbye to Dja. The keynote speaker, Lynn Collins. She walked on stage to a standing ovation. She cried. She said, "I thought no one saw this movie. But you saw it. You kept it alive. Thank you." Barsom Khan 2024, 2,000 attendees. It has outgrown its venue. They are moving to a convention center in 2025 that the unmade sequels, What We Lost, Gods of Mars, planned for 2015, would have followed the second book. The plot, Carter returns to Barsom to find Dja has been kidnapped by the Holy Therns. He travels to the Thern homeworld, a dying planet made of crystal. He discovers that the Therns are not gods, they are parasites. He leads a slave rebellion. The film ends with Carter destroying the Thern homeworld and freeing Dja. Warlord of Mars, planned for 2017, would have followed the third book. The plot, Carter returns to Barsom to find that Zodanga has been rebuilt. A new villain, Isis, a false goddess, has taken control. Carter must unite Helium, Zodanga, and the Tharks against Isis. The film ends with Carter becoming the Warlord of Mars, the undisputed ruler of the planet. Why we're sad, Stanton had storyboarded the entire trilogy. The storyboards are in the Disney archives. Fans have been petitioning for their release for years. Disney has ignored them. Part 21, the final interview, Andrew Stanton, 2026. In 2026, Andrew Stanton gave a rare interview to the podcast The Director's Cut. He spoke for 2 hours about John Carter. Here are the highlights. On the title change, I blame myself. I should have fought harder. I said, fine, change the title. I thought it wouldn't matter. I was wrong. It mattered. It mattered a lot. On Taylor Kitsch. Taylor is a good actor. He's a great actor. But he was too young. John Carter is supposed to be 40, tired, broken. Taylor was 28. He looked 25. He couldn't play. Tired, convincingly, because he wasn't tired. He was young and hungry. That's not John Carter. On Lynn Collins. Lynn was perfect. She was Dejah. She understood the character better than I did. She kept saying, Dejah wouldn't cry here. She would fight. I listened. I cut the crying scenes. She was right. Shot 2. 12 minutes and 17 seconds close-up of Carter's face. He is sweating. His eyes are wide. The camera is handheld, shaking slightly. Mindel used a 100mm lens, wide open t2.8. The depth of field is shallow, only Carter's eyes are in focus. The background is a blur of red rock. Technical note, Taylor Kitsch was actually riding a horse. No stunt double. The horse was galloping at 25 miles per hour. The camera was on a Russian arm, a stabilized car-mounted crane. The operator was 10 feet away from Kitsch. One wrong move, and the crane would have hit him. Shot 3. 12 minutes and 35 seconds reverse shot of Union soldiers pursuing. The camera is on a dolly track, moving backwards at the same speed as the horses. Mindel used a 21mm lens, wide angle, to exaggerate the speed. The horses' legs are blurry. The soldiers' faces are grim. Technical note, this shot required 8 takes. On the 4th take, a horse tripped. The rider, a stuntman, was thrown 15 feet. He broke his collarbone. The shot was completed with a different stuntman. Shot 4, 12 minutes and 52 seconds. Carter's horse jumps a ravine. The camera is on a crane, tracking the jump from below. Mindel used a 135mm lens telephoto to compress the distance. The jump looks longer than it actually was. The ravine was 8 feet wide. The lens makes it look 20 feet. Technical note, the horse was trained to jump ravines. The stunt coordinator spent 3 months with the horse. The horse's name was Duke. Duke later appeared in The Lone Ranger, 2013. Shot 5, 13 minutes and 10 seconds. Carter is shot in the shoulder. The bullet impact is a squib, a small explosive. Blood sprays. Carter grabs his shoulder. The camera zooms in rapidly, a snap zoom. Mindel used a 50mm lens and physically pushed the zoom ring by hand. Technical note, the squib was placed under a prosthetic shoulder pad. Kitsch had to trigger it himself, using a button in his palm. He missed the cue on the first 3 takes. On the 4th take, he triggered it perfectly. The blood hit his face. He didn't flinch. Shot 6, 13 minutes and 45 seconds, wide shot of Carter falling off his horse. He tumbles down a rocky slope. The camera is static, mounted on a rock. Kitsch did the fall himself, no stunt double. The slope was covered in foam pads painted to look like rocks. Kitsch fell 30 feet. Technical note, Kitsch broke 2 ribs on this fall. He finished the take. He did not tell Stanton until 2 hours later. He was worried they would shut down production. They did not. He worked through the pain for 3 weeks. Sequence 2. The first jump on Mars. 4 shots analyzed. Shot 1. 28 minutes and 45 seconds. Carter wakes up on the Martian sand. The camera is low, at ground level, looking up at him. Mindel used a 14mm lens, ultra-wide, to make the sky look enormous. The 2 moons of Mars are visible, practical effects. Miniatures shot against black velvet. Technical note, the sand was not sand. It was crushed red granite imported from Scotland. 20 tons of it. The crew had to lay it by hand. It took 3 days. Shot 2, 29 minutes and 2 seconds. Carter stands up. He takes a step. He launches into the air. The camera pans up with him. Mindel used a 200mm lens on a geared head, a special tripod that allows smooth, slow pans. The pan is perfectly timed to keep Carter in the center of the frame. Technical note, Kitsch was on a wire rig. He was pulled up at 15 miles per hour. The camera operator, Peter Rosenfeld, had practiced the pan 50 times with a tennis ball on a string. The shot was completed in 2 takes. Shot 3, 29 minutes and 15 seconds. Carter lands. He stumbles. He looks at his hands. He laughs. The camera is handheld, shaking with his laughter. Mindel used a 35mm lens, wide open. The focus is on his eyes. The background is a blur of red. Technical note: Kitsch improvised the laugh. Stanton had written, "Carter looks confused." Kitsch said, he wouldn't be confused. He'd be excited. He'd laugh. Stanton agreed. The laugh stayed. Shot 4, 29 minutes and 45 seconds, wide shot of Carter jumping again. This time, he controls it. He sails over a canyon. The camera is on a crane. Tracking his arc, Mindel used a 300mm lens, super telephoto, to compress the distance. Carter appears to be flying. Technical note: this shot is a composite. Kitsch on a wire, shot against green screen, was combined with a miniature canyon, shot in Utah, and a CGI sky. The composite took 6 weeks to render. Sequence 3. DJ's introduction, 3 shots analyzed. Shot 1, 45 minutes and 30 seconds. DJ Tharks stands on a balcony in helium. The camera is behind her, looking out over the city. Mindel used a 50mm lens, stopped down to T16 deep focus. Everything is sharp: DJ, the balcony, the city, the sky. This is a character in their environment shot. Technical note: the city of Helium was a 1/4 scale miniature built by the model shop. It was 40 feet wide and 20 feet tall. It took 6 months to build. It was destroyed after filming, standard practice. Miniatures are not stored. Shot 2, 45 minutes and 45 seconds, reverse shot of DJ's face. She's crying. The camera is close, 24mm lens, almost touching her nose. Mindel used a skin tone filter, a light diffusion filter that softens wrinkles and blemishes. Collins is wearing no makeup by her request. Technical note: Collins cried on command. She thought about her mother, who had died of cancer in 2005. She told Stanton, "Give me 30 seconds." She cried. Stanton printed the first take. Shot 3, 0:46:00 DJ. Turns away from the camera. She walks into the shadows. The camera holds on the empty balcony. Mindel used a 100mm lens, racking focus from DJ to the city. This is a loss of hope shot. The character leaves, the world remains. Technical note: this shot was improvised. Stanton had planned a dialogue scene, but Collins said DJ wouldn't talk here. She would walk away. Stanton agreed. The shot is now considered the best in the film. Part 24, Costume and Prop Breakdown, The Art of Barsom, the costumes of John Carter, designed by Macy Rubio. Rubio is a Mexican costume designer who worked on Apocalypto, 2006, Avatar, 2009, and Thor, 2011. For John Carter, she wanted to create a visual language that was ancient but alien. John Carter's costume, the Confederate uniform, wool, cotton, and leather. Hand-distressed with sandpaper and bleach. The buttons are brass reel. The jacket is lined with silk, faux due to budget. Rubio made 12 versions. Clean, dirty, torn, bloody. The Martian loincloth, deerskin, hand-stitched. Dyed red with beet juice, natural dye. Kitsch wore a loincloth for 70% of the film. He hated it. It rides up, he said. Rubio made 20 versions. None of them worked. Kitsch accepted the discomfort. The boots, leather, custom made by a cobbler in London. The soles are rubber, for a grip on wire rigs. The boots weigh 4 pounds each. Kitsch wore them for 16 weeks. His feet bled. DJ Thoris's costume. The leather bikini, deerskin, hand-tooled with Martian runes, designed by Rubio. The runes spell Helium Eternal. Collins wore the bikini for 8 weeks. She was cold. She was given a parka to wear between takes. She called it the coat of shame. The cape, silk, 12 feet long, dyed red. The cape was designed to blow in the wind machines on set. Collins tripped on the cape 15 times. On the 16th time, she fell and broke her wrist. She wore a brace for 3 weeks. The cape was shortened by 2 feet. The jewelry, bronze, hand-cast. The necklace is a helium star, an 8-pointed star. The earrings are Barsoomian moons, 2 circles. The jewelry was made by a metalsmith in London. It cost $50,000. It was stolen after production. It has never been recovered. The Tharks costumes, motion capture. The suits, gray lycra covered in 200 ping pong balls, tracking markers. The suits were custom fitted to each actor. They took 2 hours to put on. The actors could not use the bathroom without removing the suit, a 30-minute process. They learned to dehydrate themselves. The stilts, aluminum, 24 inches tall. The stilts were bolted to the actors' boots. The actors wore knee braces to prevent hyperextension. Willem Dafoe fell 30 times. He never broke a bone. He said, "I am part cat." The tusks, silicone, magnetically attached to a mouthpiece. The actors wore the mouthpiece for 8 hours a day. Their gums bled. The tusks were replaced every 2 weeks. The props of John Carter, designed by Barry Gibbs. Gibbs is a British prop master who worked on Harry Potter and James Bond. For John Carter, he built 5,000 individual props. The medallions, material, bronze, cast in a foundry in London. The medallions are 4 inches in diameter, half an inch thick. They weigh 1 pound each. Design. The front features a Therns eye, a triangle with a circle in the center. The back features a map of the universe, 12 stars around a central sun. Quantity. Gibbs built 50 medallions. 10 were hero props, detailed, functional. 40 were stunt props, rubber for fighting scenes. The hero props had working LED lights, blue, for the ninth ray effect. Fate. 5 hero props survive. 1 sold at auction in 2018 for $12,000. 1 is in the Disney archives. 3 are in private collections. The swords. John Carter sword, 36 inches long, steel blade, bronze hilt. The hilt is wrapped in leather. The pommel is a Barsoomian lion, a creature with 8 legs. Gibbs built 20 versions. Steel for close-ups, aluminum for fighting, rubber for stunts. Dijaz sword, 30 inches long, steel blade, silver hilt. The hilt is shaped like a helium star. Collins trained with the sword for 2 months. She could do a 20-stroke routine without cutting herself. Savthan sword, 40 inches long, steel blade, black iron hilt. The hilt is shaped like a Zodangan serpent. Dominic West trained with the sword for 1 month. He was terrible. He cut himself twice. He was given a rubber sword for most takes. The airships. The Zavarian. Cantos can ship 110 feet long, 30 feet wide. Built of steel and wood. Weighed 10 tons. Mounted on a gimbal that could tilt 30 degrees in any direction. The gimbal was powered by hydraulic pistons, the same type used in construction equipment. The Zodangan flagship, 200 feet long, 50 feet wide. Too big to build. It was a CGI model, 2 million polygons. The model took 6 months to build. It was destroyed in the final battle, digital destruction. The Flyer, Dijaz's personal ship, 15 feet long, 8 feet wide. Built of aluminum and fiberglass. Weighed 500 pounds. Mounted on a motion base, a robotic arm that could shake and tilt. Collins sat in the Flyer for 12 hours a day. She got motion sickness. She threw up 5 times. Part 25. The musical score deconstruction, Michael Giacchino's masterpiece, introduction to the score. Michael Giacchino is a frequent Pixar collaborator. The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Up Wall-E. For John Carter, he wrote 2 hours of music in 8 weeks. The score is orchestral, 90 players, with a heavy emphasis on brass and percussion. The themes, leitmotifs. Giacchino uses the Wagnerian technique of leitmotif, associating a musical theme with a character or idea. John Carter has 7 major themes. Theme 1. John Carter's theme, The Reluctant Hero. First heard, 12 minutes and 3 seconds, Arizona Chase. Instrumentation, solo horn, then strings, then full orchestra. Melody, ascending 4th, descending 5th, ascending minor 2nd. CF, BC. This is a wandering melody. It never resolves. It represents Carter's restlessness. Variations. Carter's despair, slow minor key, heard when Carter talks about the war. Carter's triumph, fast major key, heard when Carter kills Talhages. Carter's love, romantic strings, heard when Carter kisses Dijaz. Theme 2. Dijaz's theme, The Scientist Princess. First heard, 45 minutes and 30 seconds, Dijaz's introduction. Instrumentation, flute, then harp, then strings. Melody, descending scale, then ascending arpeggio. D, C, B, A, D, F sharp, A. This is a questioning melody. It rises and falls like a scientific inquiry. Variations. Djazz determination, brass heroic, heard when Djazz fights Sab then. Djazz sorrow, cello solo, heard when Djazz thinks Carter is dead. Theme 3, the Thark theme, the noble savage. First heard, 35 minutes and 10 seconds, Thark camp. Instrumentation, percussion, taiko drums, then low brass, trombones, tuba, melody, rhythmic, repetitive, primal, drum pattern, da-dum, 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 da-dum. This is a march theme. It represents the Tharks military culture. Variations, Tars Tarkas's wisdom, cello slow, heard when Tarkas talks to Carter. The Thark charge, full orchestra, fast, heard during the Battle of Helium. Theme 4, the Therns theme, the manipulators. First heard, 1 hour 15 minutes and 20 seconds, Therns temple. Instrumentation, choir, men's voices, then organ, then strings, tremolo. Melody, chromatic, descending, dissonant. C sharp, D hashtag, EF. This is a creeping melody. It slithers like a snake. Variations, Matai Shang's plan, choir only, heard when Shang explains the Therns goal. The Therns defeat, organ minor, heard when Shang escapes. Theme 5, the love theme, Carter and Djazz. First heard, 1 hour 30 minutes and 45 seconds, Carter and Djazz kiss. Instrumentation, strings, violins, cellos, then French horn. Melody, wide intervals, soaring. G, D, B, G, E, C. This is a romantic melody. It represents the impossibility of their love, Earthman and Martian. Variations, the wedding, full orchestra, triumphant, heard when Carter and Djazz marry. Separation, cello solo, sad, heard when Carter is pulled back to Earth. Theme 6, the battle theme, War on Barsoom. First heard, 1 hour and 45 minutes, Battle of Helium begins. Instrumentation, full orchestra plus percussion plus choir. Melody, aggressive, syncopated, dissonant. Drum pattern, da-da-dum, da-da-dum. This is a combat theme. It represents the chaos of war. Variations, Carter's charge, brass, heroic, heard when Carter leads the Tharks. Sabthan's death, choir, mournful, heard when Djazz kills Sabthan. Theme 7, the Barsoom theme, the dying planet. First heard, 28 minutes and 45 seconds, Carter wakes on Mars. Instrumentation, oboe solo, then strings, pizzicato, then full orchestra. Melody, slow, sad modal. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. This is a lament melody. It represents the death of a world. Variations, the atmosphere plant, organ solemn, heard when Djazz explains Barsoom's decay. The ninth ray, strings, mysterious, heard when Carter finds the Therns medallion. The recording sessions, the score was recorded at Abbey Road Studios in London. The orchestra was the London Symphony Orchestra, 90 players. Giacchino conducted. Session 1, February 1st, 2012, strings and woodwinds. 8 hours. The string players complained that the music was too loud. Giacchino told them, it's supposed to be loud. It's Mars. Session 2, February 2nd, 2012, brass and percussion. 10 hours. The brass players' lips bled. The percussionists broke 3 drum heads. Giacchino said, that's the sound I want. Pain. Session 3, February 3rd, 2012, choir. 6 hours. The choir was 40 men from the London Philharmonic Choir. They sang in Thark, a made-up language. They had no idea what they were singing. Giacchino told them, just make it sound scary. They did. Session 4, February 4th, 2012, mixing. 12 hours. The mixing engineer was Dan Wallen, a legend who worked on Star Wars and Avatar. Wallen said, this is the loudest score I've ever mixed. It will blow speakers. Giacchino said, good. The soundtrack album. Walt Disney Records released the soundtrack on March 6, 2012. It has 25 tracks. Total runtime, 78 minutes. Track listing, A Therns for the Worse, 2:30. Get Carter, 3:45. Gravity of the Situation, 4:15. The Thark Side, 5 o'clock. South in a Minute, 3:30. Jedak of the Arena, 6 o'clock. It's a Martian's World, 4 o'clock. The Princess and the Confederate, 5:30. John Carter of Mars, 7 o'clock. The Love Theme. Chart performance. The album peaked at number 48 on the Billboard 200. It sold 50,000 copies in its first week. It has sold 500,000 copies as of 2026. Critical reception. The score was nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Music. It lost to The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, Howard Shore. Fans consider it Giacchino's best work. Giacchino himself has said, "It's the score I'm most proud of. No one heard it, but I'm proud of it." Part 26. Comparison to every major sci-fi film. The Burroughs Family Tree. John Carter vs. Star Wars, 1977. Element: John Carter. Star Wars hero John Carter, Confederate veteran. Luke Skywalker, farm boy. Princess Dejah Thoris, scientist. Leia Organa, senator. Sidekick Tarkas, four-armed alien. Chewbacca, furry alien. Willem Dafoe, immortal god. Darth Vader, cyborg. MacGuffin the Ninth Ray the Death Star plans ending. Hero wins. Stays on Mars. Hero wins, gets medal. Which is better? Star Wars, obviously. But Star Wars stands on Burroughs' shoulders. Lucas stole the skeleton, Stanton kept the bones. John Carter vs. Avatar, 2009. Element: John Carter. Avatar hero John Carter, Earthman. Jake Sully, Earthman. Heroes: disability, PTSD, paraplegia, alien love, interest. Dejah Thoris, red-skinned. Nate Tyree, blue-skinned. Hero becomes alien leader. Jedak of Tharks, leader. Villain: Therns, gods. RDA Corporation. Visual style: gritty, practical, smooth, digital event. Disney hires MT Carney as president of marketing. Carney has no film marketing experience. She ran a boutique agency that sold luxury goods, watches, perfume. She is hired because she is friends with Rich Ross, Disney chairman. Result: the marketing team is demoralized. Senior executives quit. Carney hires her own team, all from luxury goods. No one knows how to sell a movie. 12 months before release, March 2011. Event: Mars Needs Moms is released by Disney. It bombs. Budget: $150 million. Box office: $150 million. Box office: $39 million. Loss: $111 million. Result: Disney executives panic. They decide that Mars is a toxic word. They order Stanton to remove Mars from the title. John Carter of Mars becomes John Carter. 9 months before release, June 2011. Event: the first teaser trailer is released. It is slow, somber, and confusing. It features a cover of Led Zeppelin's Kashmir, a song from 1975. The trailer does not explain the plot. It does not show any action. It does not introduce the characters. Result: the trailer gets 2 million views on YouTube. 40% of the comments are negative. The like/dislike ratio is 1.5 to 1 bad. Fans are confused. General audiences are bored. 8 months before release, July 2011. Event: the Portland test screening. The film scores 75%, very good/excellent. But women under 25 rate it poorly. They hate the Tharks. Disney orders reshoots to soften the film for women. Result: 8 weeks of reshoots, costing $50 million. The reshoots add scenes of Dejah with her father, to make her more sympathetic. They cut scenes of Dejah slapping Carter, to make her less aggressive. The film becomes less feminist. Collins is furious. 6 months before release, September 2011. Event: MT Carney takes a leave of absence. She never returns. She is replaced by Ricky Strauss, who has film marketing experience. But Strauss has only 6 months to fix the campaign. It is not enough time. Result: the marketing team is in chaos. 2 different visions, Carney's luxury brand approach versus Strauss's traditional film approach, clash. The budget is wasted on conflicting ads. 4 months before release, November 2011. Event: the full trailer is released. It is better than the teaser, more action, more plot. But it is too late. The first impression has been made. Audiences have already decided. John Carter looks boring. Result: the trailer gets 5 million views. The like/dislike ratio improves to 2 to 1. But it is not enough. Tracking data shows that awareness is still low. 30% of audiences know the film exists. 2 months before release, January 2012. Event: the film's premiere is held at Regal LA Live, not Disney's own El Capitan. This is seen as a sign of low confidence. The red carpet is underpopulated. Many celebrities decline invitations. Result: the premiere gets little press coverage. Most outlets focus on the weird venue choice. The narrative becomes, Disney is hiding this movie. 1 week before release, March 2nd, 2012. Event: Disney removes the review embargo. Critics are allowed to post their reviews. The reviews are mixed, 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. The narrative becomes, John Carter is a mess. Result: tracking data collapses. Interest drops to 15%. Disney insiders predict a 30 million opening weekend, down from 30 million opening weekend, down from 50 million. Opening weekend, March 9th to 11th, 2012. Event: the film opens at number 2, with 30 million. Atlas Sesto asterisk operator the Lorax asterisk operator, which has been out for 2 weeks. Disney de Kisa, 30 million. Atlas Sesto asterisk operator the Lorax asterisk operator, which has been out for 2 weeks. Disney de Kisa, 200 million write down. Result: the narrative becomes, John Carter is the biggest bomb in Hollywood history. The media covers the failure, not the film. No one goes to see it.